Good evening and welcome everybody to another edition of the Music and Mixing Show. I'm DJ Michael Joseph, and on this show we take a look at different things in the world of the mixed DJ, and we've been doing all software this summer, and I know I promised you other software people, but I have not been able to get them to come on the show. So we are doing another virtual DJ tonight. I have some cool things that have been updated recently. We got some questions that have been pre-submitted, and hopefully you guys asked some good questions in the live chat, but I just definitely want to say welcome. If you've never watched the show before, we always take a couple minutes at the top of the hour, let people get into the chat and kind of say where you're from, that kind of stuff, because I like to see where everybody's from. We get a lot of international viewers on this show, so I kind of want to see where everybody's from. I'm going to see if I can move the chat so I can see it a little better for a couple of minutes until we get back in there. Let's see who we hear. DJ Art is here. Hello, Robin. Mikey Mike's here. Music Unlimited, hello. How's everybody doing? Glad to see everybody here. We are on 9 different places tonight, so no matter where you're at. Todd Steep, hello, how are you? No matter where you're at, I'm able to see what you chat and leave. I do have the decks here tonight because someone asked me a question a couple of episodes ago that I couldn't answer because I didn't have some sort of controller plugged in, and I do tonight, so I can answer this question. And I think it was Todd that asked the question, possibly. But if you remember who you are that asked that question, ask it again. Like I said, I'm going to wait a couple minutes here. DJ Art Armini is in Pennsylvania. Hey, how are you? So am I. I'm going to turn my volume down just a bit. Everybody make sure I'm sounding good out there, that sort of thing. DJ Jason G is in Michigan. We have Jake in St. Louis. DJ Ritten from Raleigh, North Carolina. Randy Bosley, thank you for joining us tonight. I honestly think I have some good stuff because they've recently added a couple things. And if those of you who catch my other show that I do, this one is live. Music and Mixing is always live every single Wednesday, except for summertime. I'm taking some breaks, and I'm thoroughly enjoying summer. I just want to say that. But I have another show. It's called VDJ How To. It's spelled VDJHOW and then the number 2. And it is all 3-minute or less things about virtual DJ. And I just put one up recently that is doing really well. We're going to talk about what it was tonight. So you guys get a full, if you haven't seen that one, you're going to get the whole thing in on that there. Somebody asked me how the weather is here. It's been raining a lot lately. I haven't been able to get out and hike. I'm having to do everything like on the stationary bike and the treadmill. Haven't been outside to hike in a while. But it's better. It's okay. I can live with it. Music Unlimited said, is there a 2022 version coming out? Well, I want to tell you that when 2021 come out, they released it early because Algorithms DJ released the fact that they had the ability to do stems. So Virtual bumped out 2021 ahead of time. Literally, they put it out 8 months after they put out 2020. So they were rushing on that. So 2022 might be this fall because that is their normal time to release. But I have not heard anything yet. I know they're working on stuff. DJ Shanks, I think that's, I know I'm butchering this pronunciation of that. It's from Holland. Thank you so much for joining in. Johnny Jazz, what's going on? How are you? John Colley, what's going on? How are you? People are asking me about storms. Yeah, we've been getting a lot of rain lately. So it is what it is. I mean, it could be worse. I think I have people from Instagram. No, that's something else they're doing on Instagram. I'm getting messages on everything. But like I said, we got some really good stuff tonight. Thank everybody for tuning in. I'm going to try to catch everything that I can here tonight and see where everybody's from and that sort of thing. Can't watch everything at once here. Stay Hype, just welcome to the family. He said he recently switched from Serato to Virtual DJ. Thank you. I am going to continually bombard your brain with all the stuff Virtual DJ. Chris Davis is from Boston, Mass. You and John Colley are from the same area there, so how to do. I'm ready to jump into stuff tonight if you are. If for some reason I miss your question tonight, because I'm jumping back and forth on a couple screens, repeat it, so that if I miss it, repeat it. I definitely want to come back to it. But a couple of things that I want to talk about, and one of them was in that 3-minute video that I put out before. It's about Google Drive. Now, for those of you who know what Google Drive is, it's just a cloud service that Google puts out. It used to be called Backup and Sync, and it was called something before Backup and Sync. And all it is you download an application that once you install the application, you pick what folders you want to back up to the cloud. You can pick what stuff is kept on the cloud only, the cloud and your machine, or just your machine. And that's kind of always how it's worked. But they recently took one of their business applications and kind of molded it into that in a way to where it makes streaming stuff that's on the web a lot easier. So you can actually grab stuff that's on the web, I mean not on the web, but on your cloud, and stream it on a program, like a document that you're editing and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be on your computer. It can be on the cloud. Multiple people can edit it. And when they changed that, they called it Google Drive for Desktop. Okay. And one of the big things that it did was that instead of just reading in the file system, I'll share over here and show you this. Hold on. I hope I'm not sharing anything important in my life. Hold on here. I'm going to drop that. Give me 1 second. I'm switching screens here just so that I have everything in here. Okay, so I'm switching screens. All right, so over here, let me zoom in, do the zoom in one. Move that over. Okay, so I also have OneDrive and Dropbox in here. Okay, this is my file system for stuff. Virtual DJ will not see those two as being accessible. But because Google Drive now made the Google Drive for Desktop act like a letter drive, G, so everything here is either, I have folders in there that are either on the cloud and the computer, or just the computer. So you kind of decide that way. But because it now reads it as a letter drive, I can go over here to Google and look under local music and then drives. And right there's the G drive, and I can go into a folder other computers. So my DJ computer is backed up onto the cloud also. So this is my music that is in the DJ computer, and I can load music from this. I'm going to recurse that right now, and it's going to scan through stuff. And all of this stuff that you're seeing right here is on the cloud, not on this device. It's on the cloud. As soon as it's done scanning there, because I have it set to recurse all the time. So what it's doing is looking at all your files real quick. And I will, before you start slamming stuff into the chat, I'll explain why this is a good thing. So I can grab one of these here, drag it up here, and drop it. And that is from the cloud, loading that fast. And immediately I could play that. If I lost internet right now, I could play that song all the way through. That's the cool thing about this. And all I did was take that folder, hit the favorite button right there, and then it made it a favorite right here. So now I have that. And that's all the stuff from there. And it's that one's I have on the auto scan on that. So that's the cool thing with all of that, is that now, like, let's say I don't even have my little thing here. I have a little Surface Go, which is like a Windows tablet. And it doesn't have much memory in it. It doesn't have much power. But I have Virtual DJ loaded on it. And I can have that somewhere. And because now G drive is seen as a letter drive, I can go into G drive, like I showed you, go into my folders where my DJ computer backs up to, and I can have access to all my songs that are on there. And I can put other stuff on there besides that, and have all of that access to all the other computers inside without leaving virtual, as long as I have internet connection. Now, before you start throwing stuff at me in the chat, number one, I will say this 100 times. I believe every DJ should curate their own library, okay? This is not meant to be your main go-to. It is a backup. It is an emergency. It is an extra. It's all these other things that you go to. And I use this stuff all the time. And I know you're going to say, well, I don't have internet connection where I'm at, or I don't have phone service, so I can't do a hotspot. Then you can't use it. That's fine. But in the future, we're all going to have access to that everywhere. Trust me, it's going to grow. All the places I DJ at, because I am a Comcast Xfinity subscriber, I have access to Xfinity's Wi-Fi, their public Wi-Fi, for free because I'm a subscriber. And I don't even know a single place I DJ that I can't get. I'm sorry, I do know one place, one of the casinos I DJ at. I can't get the Xfinity Wi-Fi there. But every place else, I'm right on Xfinity Wi-Fi. I can do streaming from the streaming services I pay for. I can get it from my cloud. I can get anything that. So the majority of my gigs, I have full access to that and often use it and never have a problem. It's not for you, that's fine. So don't go throwing stuff at me and saying, oh, I can't do that. It's not for everybody. So I say it's not for everybody. But in the future, with this generation of young DJs coming up, they have lived a life of only streaming music. They don't own anything. So this next generation, this is going to be their norm. While you're asking them, why don't you own your own music, they're going to be asking you, why do you own your own music? And that's one of the things with this that I think is cool. And that was one of the first things I wanted to share there. Before I move on, is there any questions about that? I kind of want to go into that and see about that. So before I move on to the other things, was there any questions about the G drive? Like I said, right now I don't use it, but it's there. So if I needed to do something where, like I said, I had another computer and I just needed to play something for some reason, I would have access to it. Again, I really have not thrown it out there and done it in the wild, but on both this and that little tablet thing that I have, it works perfectly. So if let's say I kept my entire, some karaoke files on the cloud drive, I can access them only when I want to, instead of keeping them on the thing or something like that. But you know what I mean? That's the point I'm trying to get with that. It gives us another option, and it literally gives us 9 different places now that you can stream music from within Virtual DJ. So you have your choice of whatever you want to use or don't want to use. So I'm going to try to look in there. See some questions. DJ Jason G, sell me your t-shirt. I had to pay for this t-shirt. The new ones are gray because the new logo is gray, not red. But I couldn't tell you how many years ago I was at the expo. Virtual DJ was at the expo. And I said, hey, you guys got any shirts? And they're like, yeah, $5. So I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I'll pay $5 for a shirt. But if you want to buy one of them, you can go to their website and purchase them. I did look the other day. The silver ones like this with the new logo are $18. So it's up to you. I'm still trying to get mine for free. So, but you ain't getting this one. It's the only one I have. I've had it for years. The only place I ever wear it is on the show, and I wore it in Vegas when I did a performance there, just because I wanted to really screw with some of the other DJs that hated Virtual DJ, and I just wanted to screw with them. So, and I did. Let me look down through some of the questions here. You can definitely copy your VDJ folder from PC to Mac Pro. Had no problem. That was good. I think somebody asked me that. Does Google Cloud degrade or compress uploaded videos? Just want to make sure the quality of the video stays the same. That's a good question. I don't know if it does. I know that it can play it straight away. That's a hard thing to say whether it does. All the places I do video DJing, it's not HD. I mean, they're HD things, but no one cares. Their TV's way off. The places I'm doing video, no one really cares. You're not being viewed as a video DJ. You're a DJ that just happens to be playing videos. So that I couldn't tell you. Again, I would tell you to keep everything on your computer and keep that as an emergency backup, or if you need like maybe another room, music to be playing in the background in another room, you can access it that way and let that computer run on like an autoplay or whatever in the other room. One that maybe doesn't have your whole library or something. That's the purpose. In my mind, that's the purpose of that right now. So that's a really good question. If it degrades it, I don't know. I could not tell you, because it does treat it as a streamed file. It does not treat it as a download and play file. The same way when you use any of the streaming services that Virtual has or any of the programs have, it does not play the thing from your computer, even though you can offline it. It plays it as a streaming file, which is a whole different thing than a compressed MP3. So that's something I'm going to have to look into, because that's interesting to think about, how bad it does degrade that. The test that I did here, looking at the video screen, I can't tell that it degrades it. So, but that's just me. So, move down here. I think Virtual DJ needs to revisit their price and more people will switch from other platforms. I disagree. Because if you look at all the stuff you have to pay for with Serato, you actually spend more money on that than what Virtual gives you as a lump sum, one thing. And I bought Virtual DJ in 2008 or 9, and I've not paid another penny because I don't have to pay for upgrades. I don't have to pay for anything. So Virtual, to me, is the better thing, because everything that Serato does, they charge you extra for. That whole thing that's what's the one that they do for the Pitch and Time. Pitch and Time was their original program of song pitching that was used in studio. Okay, that's before Serato. That company made that, and now instead of putting that as a normal part of Serato to adjust the pitch, they charge you for their own product extra. so that it doesn't sound like crap. Virtual DJ just fixes it and said, okay, we're fine. You don't need to do this. Ours works. You don't have to pay for extra. We fixed it. Ours works on top grade all the time. So it's just different models that each company does. But if you look at all the things that Virtual has and then purchase all those from Serato, you're going to be paying more money than you do for Virtual, because I added it up one day. And that's talking video and all the other things. Plus, there's a ridiculous amount of stuff you can get free from Virtual and other sites that make stuff too. The skin that I'm using, somebody submitted it to Virtual and they use it, but other skins I have were made other places that you download from other sites and can use it on there. So, again, okay, somebody's hearing about songs, can play nasty songs without buying them. I'm not sure what you mean. If you mean by language or terrible songs, so please clarify that, Aaron, because I can help you on that if it's language. Peter, the hubcap, says, what size shirt do you wear? I'm like halfway between a large and extra large. I think this is an extra large. Extra large is comfortable. I like to wear bigger shirts. I'm not sure why you're saying that. He's probably going to send me something. Al Pontus, I hope I'm saying that right. You're new to Virtual DJ. Welcome. Oh, cool. He said he just purchased Virtual at the Expo. Lots to learn. You have no idea the stuff that's doable with this. Go back at Disc Jockey News' YouTube page, youtube.com/Disc Jockey News, and just do a search for VDJ How To. They're all 3-minute videos just showing tips and tricks. Some are my tips and tricks. Some are updates of stuff that Virtual can do, and it'll blow your freaking mind, the stuff that it can do. That's all I got to say. Adonis said $2.99 for a lifetime. That's a lifetime. Like I said, I've been using 10 years, never paid another penny. So, does early access update option in settings for beta or real versions? The early access is what I call beta plus, because I think it's past beta. They have beta testers, and then the early access is past beta, and then once it goes past beta, it goes to the standard access, okay? This computer I run on early access. My DJ computer I run on standard access. Some of the things I'm going to show you tonight are early access, but I think they're really cool, and I just want to share that with you. Novice question: when using hot cues, how do I get the tracks to play as fast as I repeat pressing the hot cue, similar to pressing the cue button? That's got to be a computer thing, because I'm telling you, it's instant as can be. So let me see if I can find, because I loaded up a bunch of stuff that I could play without being busted by YouTube. So, all right. So can you guys hear that? Let me turn it up just a touch here. All right. So this is the cue button. Okay. I'm gonna show you how fast I can press it. I'm pressing that as fast as I can. So that's got to be a computer thing, because you can actually, like I said, I'm doing a stutter there like I'm doing a scribble scratch. So that's got to be something within yours there. Moving on down. Aurora, Illinois, DJ CMG, thank you for coming in there. Okay, so that's the end of the question. Keep dropping the questions. I'll be back to that in a minute, but I want to hit on the next thing. One of the cool things that I think has happened recently, and those of you who, you might be paying for some of these services, like the crate hackers and stuff like that. I want to bring this up over here so you guys can see it on this screen. You go to Virtual DJ here. And if you go into their community, and cloud services are things that people put together different lists that you can download, and basically they're like crates, okay? And I have one here, my cloud list, and I update this every single week. It's Billboard's Hot 100. It's the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100 minus country songs. So every single week I update this. So if you subscribe to a cloud list, okay, this is what it's going to do. You come over here in this left screen. Let me zoom in on that so you can see that. You're going to go over here and you're going to go to Lists and Advice, and then Cloud List. And if you subscribe to it, it'll show up there. So all you do is click on it, and it will show you if you have the songs in there, if they're streaming or whatever. So if you have all these songs from my cloud list, you can drag and drop and play them instantly, or anybody else's cloud list. Okay. That's what a cloud list is. And it's the same thing as crates, but Virtual offers it from within. So you have, like I said, this is mine. You can go look for it. I'm the only Billboard one there. Like I said, and it's minus country songs because they suck. Hashtag country music sucks. Sorry. I had to say that. But there's a zillion different ones, including ones that are curated by, let me go back another screen here, by Virtual DJ, iDJ Pool, Beatport charts, and I mean all the, let me move me here. I'm in this picture the wrong way. Hold on. Uno momente, senors and senoritas. Beatport in all the different genres. Shazam charts, iTunes charts in country and genres. And Crate Hackers has an official thing here of different lists that they run. Decades of dance, schools, prom, wedding. And if you go in there and click on the thing, that's how you have to do that, then you get a list of stuff they say for weddings. And if I wanted that to show up in mine, I can click subscribe. I'll do it here so you guys can see it. I'm going to click subscribe, and then I go back to my virtual DJ, and I go here, and I think I have to refresh. Yep, and there is the Crate Hackers wedding receptions. And I know I have the Cupid Shuffle in mine. It's showing it as blue and green, so it's not just a stream song, it's an internal song. Drag it up there, and boom, I'm playing from their list. And that's one of the things that I think is really cool about a lot of this with virtual, is that you already have access to this. If you're not a person who knows a lot about this stuff can be extremely helpful, just by stuff like that. I have so many people thank me for putting the billboard up there. So all you have to do is subscribe to it. And if you're just curious what the #1 song is, you can go in and look at it. If you're on the list, I'll show you this again. Hold on here. Left screen. If you're on the my billboard list, you can either put a folder here that puts it in. Oh crap! What's it called? They just added this. It's called what's it called? Order? Yeah, order. So it's going to tell you in order. I do have that up. I didn't realize I had the order up. So this is the order that I made this list in. So let's say you wanted to sort it by BPM. Okay, and that throws all, or key. Here's BPM. Play count? Yeah, so does play count throw it off? Why is that not doing that then? Normally what you can do is resort order, and it puts it in the order. And if I change that, that should change the order and key difference in year. So you're right there. And if I want to go back to the proper order, reset order, and stay is at the top. So you can always go back to the order of the list, including all of these, if there is a list in order. But they added this thing here, the count order, and I'm not sure why that's not working right now. That's really odd that it's not, and the play count isn't working either. I think that's because that's an online thing, maybe. I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. Go back to the Logitech here. So that was the other thing I want to say, that I think with all those lists, and now that Crate Hackers is in there, and it doesn't cost you. This is again all the free stuff that comes with Virtual DJ. So there you go. Let me go back to the list here. What actually is recursing? Recursing makes the program search through that folder and all the folders underneath of it. So if you've added something new, made a change of some sort, like a name change, a title change, because a name change and a title change are different, it will read through it and then have it so it's right there. So like if you add the year and you recurse through there, it's going to scan all those. It's going to say what's in there. So if you added something new, I like to do it so it's always catching everything. If I throw new things in there, I know that I'm not missing them in the search. It's going to find them because it's that. That's what a recurse is. Probably should have said that. Thank you. How long have you been a rep for Virtual DJ? I do not work for them at all. At all. And I only have like one contact there that I send questions to every once in a while. I had a question about something today, and I just hit the Virtual DJ forums and threw it in there, and somebody got back to me, and that's one of the things I'm going to be showing you guys tonight. I think it's really cool. I'm kind of excited about it. It is an early access. When will Virtual DJ 9 come out? Just so that you know, it went Virtual DJ 8, Virtual DJ 2018, Virtual DJ 2020. Wait. Was there a 19 in there? 8, 18, 20, and 21. So there is no 9. They're currently on Virtual DJ 2021. And there's a difference you have to keep in mind right now, that there is a 32-bit and a 64-bit. And the 64-bit will only run on 64-bit OSs. So you have to have like Windows 10 to make it run. But I've heard people that are running like Windows 8 and stuff that is a 64-bit version of those programs, and they can run the 64-bit on those. But for the general rule, it's Windows 10 and up. But if you're using 7 or 8, you are literally years behind what's going on. So like I said, my other computer updates on the standard access, and they do updates 3 times a month sometimes, fixing bugs, adding stuff. Like I said, one of the things I'm going to show you tonight is not even on the standard access yet, so it'll be coming in a couple weeks, but I think it's really cool, and I love that. So no, I'm not a rep, Virtual 9. I hope that clarified. I'm not mad at you for use whatever you want to use. That's the first thing I'll tell you. You do not have to use what somebody else is using. You definitely do not have to use what I say. I'm just one dude's opinion. That's all. But if you want to stay up on the new things, we are in Virtual DJ 2021 Summer Edition. So it's the SE Summer Edition. And that's one of the updates that they went to is that. So let's move on down here. DJ Art said it's different than the hot queue. Is that about the question about pressing it? I'm not sure what you mean then, because that is a hot queue, and I'm not sure what you mean because that when you said a queue, are you explain further, please, which queue you're talking about, because that was one of the things I learned as I'm teaching DJ classes. If I say hit the queue button, you do realize that I didn't realize this until I started teaching my class and a student asked me, you have the hot cues that say Q, you have the Q next to the play button that says Q, and you have all the headphone buttons that say Q. So nowadays we have, if you want to ask, you have to be specific. So are you talking about the Q button next to the play button or the hot cues? What I was hitting was the hot cues, and I have mine set up to, as soon as I press them, they start playing. And you can have them that way. You can have them be just a stutter and don't play. You can. That's the thing with Virtual DJ. You can set them up. Same with the play button and the Q button to set up any way you want them to be. So right now let me go back here and share left screen. On mine, if I want to do this so that I don't play the non-YouTube song. So on mine, if I hit the play button and then press the Q button that's next to the play button, I have it set up so it takes me back to the cue point that I was playing. If I hit play and then pause, it's going to stop it where it's at. Okay. Move that back. Okay. So now, if I press the cue button and let it up, it's going to start and stop. But I have it also programmed that if I hold it down for 3 seconds, so I can do that on that cue button, the same thing I did on the hot cues. But if I hold the button down for 3 seconds, it then becomes a play. So you can, that's the thing with Virtual, you can set them up in any way you like. If you don't like the buttons to work that way, you can change it and set them the way you like. That's one of the cool things that Virtual does there. So I hope that's what you're asking me there for. Move in here. Oh wow, there's a lot of questions there I missed. Yeah. For rap parties, nasty lyrics, songs that you would never buy. He's talking. The question he asked was about streaming stuff that you want to be able to play songs and not do them. The 2 streaming services I subscribe to. You guys are asking some butt-kicking questions tonight. I love this. So my online stuff. These are all the different. Let me move me over here. The different ones you can subscribe to. So I'm subscribed to the iDJ Pool and Deezer. And Deezer is exactly like Spotify. I mean, exactly. They actually have more songs than Spotify, but less subscribers. So the iDJ Pool I like because if I search for something, let's say Drake, and these are all songs that are online, they're going to tell me if they are clean or dirty. And you can pick which one you want to do. Drag and drop and play. I'll do a drag and drop up here for this one. As you see, it's loading. And as soon as it gets to the end, that song's playable even if I lose things. But that is the quick mix, the explicit. And you can pick, because I subscribe to this one, $10 a month. It gives me DJ versions of things. And that's why I like it. But if you just want the dirty like just the plain album versions, that's what Deezer is. So if I go over here and do the same thing, they're going to give me the album versions of Drake's stuff. And the same thing, I can drag and drop And that loads really quick from them. And those are your two options. And I use them both because there are nights that I can't find stuff on the iDJ pool. I go there first because it's going to have my DJ versions with intros and outros and stuff like that. That's what I want why I go through iDJ pool. That if I need a song, again, I have my own library. This is for emergencies, or if somebody asks me for a song. Like, one of my rules is if I get 3 different people at a gig ask me for the same song, there's a good chance I should be playing it. Especially with a lot of the bars and clubs that I do. For those of you who saw pictures that I posted on Tuesday, stuff like that, there's a lot of young people there, and I really do have to grab stuff that's not on any chart. I have to be way ahead of the curve there, and because of using the live digital stuff, I can grab that and play stuff. And like I said, the iDJ pool has the DJ edit versions, excuse me, but it doesn't have everything. But I go to Deezer, and I can almost always find it at Deezer. But those are the two that I use. So if you want a dirty version, go to Deezer, or go to the iDJ pool and only pick the explicit versions. So that's up to you. So I hope that helped. I'm going to move on down here. Jason asks, how do I make my files on my external searchable by ABC order? It's all in the title. Again, that's all in the title. So if I go back here, everything is, so like I said, I've scanned this, and all of these, let me do the zoom in. I hope I'm saying what you want there. So right now I have this sorted by play count, because that's what I run by play count. So if I do a search, it's that way. But if you just want alphabetical, you can go by title and do it alphabetical that way. Right on through numbers that I have for certain. Those are mix scratch sets that I put numbers in some of my scratch sets and stuff. That's where all those come from. Artist name, same thing. You can set it up however you want it to go through that way. I think that's what you mean. But you can do searches, and this is one of the things that I show people that blows their mind. The difference between virtual and like the other programs is I can do what I call a string search. So I'm not looking at a crate right now. So I'm going to say I'm at a place where I have a lot of young people. So they're not going to really want to hear songs more than 10 years old. So I can go 2011-2021. And now it's only going to show me songs that were released in the past 10 years. So let's say the song I'm playing is 99 BPM, and I want to match that. So I'm going to go like 96 to 103. So I did a space, 96 to 103. Now it's going to show me only songs that are in that year range in that. So let's say I want something urban. Oops, if I can spell. So now it's only going to show me urban stuff, like dance urban, pop stuff that's made the pop charts and stuff like that. And I go, yeah, let me say I want a twerk version. So now I'm looking at my twerk version. So now with that string search, I've now narrowed down my entire library into just the stuff that I want to play. And that's one of the things that, like I said, I'm not sure why you want to go just alphabetical order, because the search lets you search to the nth degree and back. As you see here in groupings, I have stuff by decades. So if I wanted to skip this and only look at decades, I can do 10s. So that means anything from the 2010s up. I can do 20s. And that's anything in the 20s. 90s. Now I'm looking at the 90s, because there wasn't probably any twerk songs in the 90s. Yeah, there you go. So that's why I do the string search, but I'm not sure why you want to put it in order, but all you have to do is then click on the headers of all of these, and it puts it in whatever order you're to the head. And also, if you want different columns, you right-click, and you can check the columns that you want in there, including remixer, comments, file size, singer, all the different things. And they also let you do what's called hashtags, and that is over here in your song information. I'm not pulling that over there. In the song information area over here, where this stretches out off to the side of your playlist, okay? And over here, you can put user 1, let me move me, user 1 and user 2, and they have hashtags. So you can have a hashtag that you want this new, popular, high energy, or make your own. And hashtag 2 could be, oh, this is for weddings, or this is for birthdays. And that makes those also searchable. Also in the search, one of the things I do is in groupings. Let's say I want to play a line dance, and my mind's not thinking of what line dances I have. I can just go here and go line dance. And now all things that I marked as genres in the genres as line dance show up. And I'm doing it that way. Or slow dance. Now we're looking at stuff that are slow dances, and that's, again, the power of virtual, that you can search it in any depth that you want to. So I hope that answered that question. I know I went off on a tangent, and you guys got some great questions here. I started Virtual DJ first, and then I bought a new controller, Pioneer DJ SR12000, which Serato gave full cert everything there they have for free. Does Virtual DJ do that? I'm not sure what you mean that they give it for free. Virtual, see, here's the thing. For Serato to be in that controller, they paid Pioneer to have it there. It wasn't Pioneer going, oh, please put Serato on us so that people will buy us. No, Serato's going, hey, how can we get that bundled in with that? But it will work on both the 1000 and the 1000 SRT. So Virtual actually works on almost 3 times as many devices as Serato does. So keep that in mind. But they don't give it with anything, really, because they don't have to. Their thing is working without giving it away. I know that sounds egotistical. I'm sorry. Moving on down here. How much is Cloud lists per month? Each one of those is about $10 a month, $9.99 or something like that. So I pay either $9.99 or $99 a year for the Google one, $9.99 a month for the iDJ Pool, which that one you can offline as many songs as you want to play when you're not connected to the internet. They will still play. The only thing you have to do is sign on at least once every month to show that you still are paying for the subscription. Other than that, once you offline them, you can play them as many times as you want, and they play like they're a song on your thing without having to have internet. The Deezer one does not do that. You absolutely 100% have to be online to play their songs. That's the difference between those two, but they're all about $10 a month. Somebody's laughing about country music sucks. Yeah, just do a search online for hashtag country music sucks. I started that years ago. We should thank you for doing... Oh, you're welcome. What type of charges subscription? Did that right there. Purchase with the 1000 SRT. The 1000 SRT actually may be my next controller. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been Denon for years. They work with me as I got Denon everything in my life. But right now, they don't make a controller that is just a plain controller, like an SRT or something like that. They have discontinued this one, the 7000. They still have the 8000, which I'm sure that's going to be discontinued. But all of theirs are ones that allow it to be standalones, that you don't need a laptop. And I've tried them. They gave me the Prime 4. I had it in the studio here for about 3 weeks, but I knew after about 15 minutes that I did not want it. So unless they come out with something in the next year or so, because this thing's getting old, it's like 4 years old, I'm probably going to go to Serato, I think. So I'm probably going to be an SRT person. Yeah, hit the like and thumbs button. That helps this video goes up. Hi, Robin. Thank you for all that. Excuse me. I'm going to take a drink of my official Monday night mug. Well, your knowledge of Virtual DJ, they should have you on their staff. Yes, I believe that they should at least sponsor this show. I wish they would at least sponsor this show. So if anybody can put in a good word with the Virtual guys, they're great because they've worked with me on a couple other things. When 2020 came out, I got the opportunity to do the official release video before everybody else. They sent me the program 2020. 2 weeks before everyone had it out, I made my video. I actually DJ'd with it that weekend prior to it being released. But like I said, they're just a company that survives on their own. They don't really need a lot of that. But I would love to have them sponsor the show. And I've had people ask me, why don't I do something like this at the expo? And I'm in talks with someone about getting Virtual, because they're not going to let a company do a seminar at the expo without paying for it. So we're seeing if maybe they'll let that. But I think their guys are more knowledgeable than me. But if I could do something on that lines, talk about Virtual DJ, I would. We'll see that there. Do you like the record box and Denon engine so that you don't have to use a laptop? Here's the thing that has kept me from the Denon thing, is mainly because there are places that I do have to DJ video. On those standalones, the Prime 4, the Prime 2, and the other one, they don't do video. So I can't. I would have to convert my entire library, which I couldn't tell you what percentage is video, but I would have to convert all of them over to some sort of audio file. So I'm just not interested in that. So, yeah. Do I like... here we go. Peter saying hello. Randy, hello. Hello, dudes. I think it may be a controller pause issue with sensitivity. I guess some controllers have bad pads. It possibly could be, and you also can adjust sensitivity to everything on here within Virtual. So keep that in mind. If you go into I think I might be able to show it here. I can't promise you that I will be able to do it. Left screen zoomed. And if you go into the options and I go... so this gives me my play mode on the pause, play and stutter, play and pause, loop back, no, yes, smart, motor wheel stop. Okay, so they do not have a sensitivity in here, but I know there's an adjustment for those sorts of things in the pads. So that one's a little bit different. Hey, DJ Openka is watching from Ghana. So this is what I love about this show. We get people from all over the world. I freaking love it. I'm so happy to get to be a part of you guys' lives for a little bit there. I have a question about CDJ flash drive exports. VJ stems is also exported, but how does this work on a CDJ? Because I think the software... Okay, what it does, I think you're asking is how does it do that? I've done it before. What it does is it exporting the song, and let's say you're splitting the stems up into vocals, music, kick drum, and something. I forget what the other one is. It's going to put an MP3. Let's say it's an MP3. It's going to put an MP3 of the song, an MP3 of just the vocals, an MP3 of just the melody, an MP3 of just the beat, so you're going to have 5 files that you're transferring over to that thumb drive. And because of the way that it encodes it and allows that to be read, and they're identified individuals, it will play them that way. But that's how it's doing, is that it's actually putting 4 files onto that thumb drive that you then put in there. And if you do the switching in the programming of that thumb drive, it will let it switch and let you pick. So that's the best thing I can explain it. I know there's something that they have to do in the software, all that kind of stuff like that, but that's what it's doing. If you've ever done that, like I said, I have one. It's not in here, and I don't even know where the thumb drive is that I did that way to show you. But that's all you do. You drag and drop them in there. You can drag and drop a whole crate in there, whatever you want to do, and you determine whether you want to put... Like, you can just put the song and just the vocal if that's all you think you'll use. Or the song and just the beats if that's what you want to use. You can do that too. Please look at the Flanger FX. It sounds terrible. Why does that happen? I use Flanger on stuff. Let me see if I can find my Flanger effects here. So if I go here. So there's the Flanger. So I'll do the... Make sure I don't have a song on there that I can play. Yeah, I can play it. All right, so this is the Flanger. And you can adjust them. So one of the things that I do is my echo out, that I have a set echo out that is set with both the echo and the Flanger at the same time, so that it gives it a little bit of effect post fader. So it would sound like this with the Flanger and the echo. Oops, let me turn that up so it's longer. But I don't have a problem with the Flanger. That it's, again, you have to adjust them and you have to make adjustments to them. So if I'm here and I go into Flanger, where's Flanger? Here, and right click on this little dot there, it's going to give me access to make adjustments: strength, speed, feedback, high pass, whether you want the high tones to do the reverberation or the low tones. So you kind of have to make an adjustment in there to make them sound a little bit better. So I hope that helped. Let me go back to here. Have you ever considered, ask me, do you use an external hard drive? Wait, I'm trying to get all the questions in here. I do not. My DJ computer has 2 internal SSDs, and that's what I run off of. Even my backup computer has dual internal SSDs. I have one that runs the program and one that has the music. It's not for everybody. That's the way I chose it. It's just, to me, it's simpler. I don't have to carry extra stuff around. It's not an extra thing that'll fail because it's internal. It's actually faster. That's just my choice. You can run it however you want, but I've been doing that for over 10 years that way, and I think I'm going to continue doing it that way because it makes things so much simpler for me. So, have you ever considered Beat Source? They have clean. Yes, Beat Source is now finally 2 years later really getting their act together with this. I think they are going to be the absolute premier thing in the future. They're just taking extra time to label things and stuff correctly. They're very good. I would recommend them. I don't go through them because the iDJ pool, there's stuff that hits the Billboard charts that I want to download or something new. that I can't find it on BPM Supreme. I can't find it on Club Killers. I can't find it anywhere, but I can find it on iDJ Pool's streaming service. And that's one of the reasons why I go with them. But Beat Source is awesome. So, yeah, I have no complaints about that. Give that a try. I know a lot of them you can try for free, so give that a try there. How can you save a playlist in order that it's played? Whatever order you put the playlist in, it's going to stay in that order. So if we go over here and we look at my Billboard list, so where's that at? So this is the Billboard Top 40. I've not updated it this week, so that's not there. Hold on here. So lists and advice, playlist, Billboard Top 40. Okay, so that's a playlist right there, okay? So I can sort that by artist or whatever I want. Whatever order I put that in originally, all I have to do is right-click up here. Let me move this down so you can see it. Whoops. Let me move this down so you can see it. Whatever order I put that in, I click right here, resort order, and it puts it back in whatever order I made it. So whatever order you put them in, it will automatically stay there. It remembers it. So that's all you have to do, and it will remember that. Good questions, guys. You guys are freaking awesome here. Let me move on down. Good DJ Pool for videos. That's the tough one right now because everybody's dropping stuff. I get my videos through one that I get a lot of hack on because I use it because they're not exactly legal. Is Scratch City DJs. Scratch City DJs? Yeah, Scratch City DJs. That's where I get a lot of my videos from. But people don't like them because they're not honest. I don't know, whatever you want to call them. I like them. To me, I would rather go and get the songs, the edits, the versions I need than I would rather just get stuff I can't play from stuff that's services that are legal. Because if I go all legal, I literally could not do my job by the versions that I can get from the legal places because nobody wants to hear them in the places I DJ. Clubs, like I said, they're all like the one club I did Saturday. It's 18 and over, 21 to drink. You get a wristband, but everybody in there is 18 to 25 at the absolute most. So I have to have stuff quick there. Thank you, good for that one. Is there a daylight version of Virtual DJ? Every single version, every single skin has a daylight version. And if I go here in variations, let me find it here on my skin. Right here, it says daylight, and I click on that, and it'll take it to daylight. And every single version has a daylight version on it. And that's all you have to do with a lot of those. The stock one's the same way. It's the same thing. Moving on down here, we should send a petition to get you sponsored. Please do. I'm not joking. If you guys want to do this, I do have some connections. And like I said, that I've reached out to a couple times and they help me. Everybody at Virtual's awesome, but I'm not like a big enough name to get sponsored by them. They have, you can understand, they had 2-year DMC champion as one of their DJs. I always blank on his name. I have to say it because if I don't say it right, tappy. What is his name? Throwdown, DJ Throwdown, 2-time DMC champion, uses Virtual. So they have people like that big. I'm nothing compared to that. But if you guys want to do something there, talk to them. I'd love to work with them on somehow. Maybe give stuff away on the show. You guys can be getting free stuff. Think about that. Maybe they can give me stuff and I can give you free stuff. Video 4, Extendamix. Yeah, Extendamix is a good one. A friend of mine, DJ Jack, works at Smash Videos. They're great too. I think Smash Video has some really good HD videos. I really like the work, but they're all. Remember, when you go to the video side, it's going to cost you extra. Yeah, Virtual does videos like crazy, plus there's also plugins like Telemedia and Televisual that let you do all these effects and overlays and all this crazy stuff that, again, that isn't part of Virtual that other people can do. Have you or could you do a video on how to set up your effects? I love Virtual DJ, but Serato effects work better for me, and it's the only thing stopping me. And I understand what you mean by working for you, because with Virtual DJ, here's the thing. You can pick endless effects. You are not kept to the effects that are on the board. You can literally download hundreds of effects. You can download Serato effects for virtual. I'll show you here. Oh, I keep forgetting I'm on the small screen here. Let me bring this up here. All right, so move this over here. You guys are, I love these questions tonight. So if I go here into extensions and then go to effects and audio effects, these are all the audio effects that you can do inside Virtual DJ. So it's not just one. You have all these to pick from, okay? And there are a bunch of different ones. And here's the other thing. If you know what a VST is, so people use VST effects in like Ableton and stuff like that, Virtual DJ, as long as, because I'm using the 2021 Summer Edition version, it's a 64-bit. Any 64-bit VST can literally be dragged and dropped and used in Virtual. Affected, changed, everything that you would do in Ableton, any 64-bit VST can be dragged and dropped into Virtual and used as an effect on any way that you want to use them. That's the other thing. It just doesn't limit you to anything. Trying to get down through here. You guys are a lot of questions here. Someone's calling here from the UK. Thank you. Appreciate that. Top Hits USA is also great. Yes. Great. Thank you for pointing some of those out there. Those are also great too. If you have 2 laptops with VDJ, do you also need 2 licenses? No, unless you're using them both at the same time. Because I have 1 license and I can be on here. I can be on my DJ computer. I can be on my backup DJ computer. I can be on my other thing. But it usually after 2, so like if I have the studio computer and the DJ computer signed in, you know with your sign in that you subscribe to, if I go to something else, I have to sign into it, and then when I come back to here, I have to sign back into this. But there is a business license that can give you multiples, but you can use it on as many things as you want. You just can't use it on all those things at the same time. That's how they get that. But like I said, I think you can do 2 because I rarely have to, if I'm just working at the studio or the other one, I rarely have to re-log into those unless I log into one of the other ones. So, Eighth Wonder is another one. Yep, you can get great stuff from there. Mikey Mike asked if I use external hard drives. No, all my computers, I said this before, I use dual internal SSDs, and it's just simpler for me. And not every computer can do that or can have that. It just works for me. Restream just said I've reached my 100th message today. That's awesome. If anybody wants to start a petition, he's over on Facebook now. Man, you know more about virtual DJ than anyone. Here's a tough one. Where can I find a $99 a month karaoke service that I can use with virtual DJ? The only thing I can offer you that's close to that, I don't know a lot about karaoke because I don't do a lot with karaoke, but Virtual does offer a streaming service of karaoke songs, and I can honestly tell you they don't have a lot. But if you go here, and because I'm not signed up for it, it'll show me songs, but it won't let me play the song. So Virtual DJ has one, and I think it's about $50 a month, I think. And if I type in... give me some Billy Joel, maybe. Yeah, so we have Billy Blue, and these are karaoke tracks. And you can just drag and drop them. But again, because I'm not subscribed, it would only have... I can only listen to 30 seconds of it. Yes, I understand that. And I think if I go to video, it's going to put the words up there. I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to mute this. Whoops. So the words should be coming up here soon, I think. Oh, it's not loaded yet. Yeah, I can't even get to the loading part of the song because it's only 30 seconds. So that it would be that way. That would be the way yours does that. So I apologize that I don't have that. But like I said, because I just don't do a lot of karaoke, so I can't. I've actually never done. I think I've done it twice. Here's the other thing. I did a Sweet 16 a couple of years ago, and at the end of the Sweet 16, they wanted to do some karaoke. And I'm like, well, we don't have a TV for the words. And they're like, well, we'll just look them up on our phone. So the cool thing with Deezer, so if I want to do... I'm not even spelling karaoke right. Yeah, so you can have Michael Jackson. Deezer has karaoke tracks. So if you're signed up to Deezer and you're online, you can get the karaoke tracks, but not the words. So if you ever needed to do that, that's one of the advantages of the Deezer, is the ability to grab karaoke songs. Crazy, isn't it? Everything's at your fingertips nowadays. We're almost at the top of the hour here. Yeah, like again, anything that involves video, you're going to pay extra. You're going to pay a lot for. So whether it's a video service to get videos just to play videos or karaoke stuff, it's all going to be that expensive. I would love to have someone show me if they can find a cheap karaoke or a cheap video place, because those two are they're just expensive everywhere. Yeah, Victor says about running external drives. Yeah, I have. Where's it at here? An M.2 external right there. So they're awesome to have. You know, you can have a terabyte that big. Like I said, the one has a 500 gig M.2 and a terabyte Samsung Evo something or other in it. So I'm running duals on that. I didn't even get to all the questions that I have written down, so I'm going to answer this. Here's the thing. I don't know if I can do vocals here because, let me see, because it may bust us because of that. All right, so there's some vocals there. So I'm going to go back here and show you this real quick here, left screen. All right, so if I go into, again, because I have them set up as buttons here, and I can go into stems. So now my stems are on the pads. So if I'm playing this and I want to get rid of the vocals, or I'm sorry, that's isolate the vocals. Shift. It might be shut off there. That might be shut off there. I'm not sure why that's doing that. So you're taking those out. But one of the things you can do is here on this button, you can select just the vocals to do stuff with. So if I then throw an effect on it, like an echo, it only affects the vocal. So if I put that on slip mode and then backspin, it's only going to affect the vocal. That's on there. I don't think I have it set up right on this computer, so. But you can't. Basically, what it's going to do is it's going to, and I apologize, that didn't work on this computer. I don't think I have it set up over here. What you can do is then put that like in slip mode or something like that, and whatever effects you do will only affect the vocal. Or if you choose on that other butt, music. So whatever effect you do, you can put the effect on just the music, like an echo or a chop. And that's the thing with stems. It's not only about pulling stuff in and out, which would be with here. Okay, see on this right here, my fourth channel over here, I can affect, because it's a 4th channel, the high, mid, and low on the channel that I'm voluming on work there. But if the 4th channel on the two outside ones, I can affect the stems just by turning those knobs. So again, I don't think they're set up right on here. And that's, again, I apologize why that's not on there, because like I said, my DJ computer, it works because I use it all the time, because if I need to mix out of a song, all I have to do is take that one knob, turn it to the left, and it takes the vocals out, and then I have the song to mix over. Even if there's vocals there, I just drop the vocals out and start mixing wherever I want to, and that's the advantage of that. So, hey, we're an hour into this. Thank you so much for tuning in. I still have a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't bring up there. The one effect thing that I wanted to tell you about, I guess I can wait till the next show because it's not even out on the standard access yet. So in the future, you'll get to see that. But it's coming out. So I thank you guys so much for hanging out. This is so cool. We had a whole bunch of people hanging out tonight. I hope I answered your questions. I'm going to be doing this, like I said, at least once a month for Virtual DJ. I may do more. I don't know. But you guys are enjoying this. I think it's good content, and I love talking about virtual. So if you have questions, send them in. Like some of the questions I was reading at the beginning of the night were stuff people sent me. And I didn't even get to one. Some guy asked me one online today, and I put it in the list and didn't even get to it yet. So I apologize. But if you like this, please click like and share, because it makes it come up in a thing. And the more people we view it, the more the show gets. And if we get a whole bunch of people viewing the show, then Virtual DJ can give me stuff to give away, and you can get free stuff from Virtual DJ if that's what you want. So that's what we're going to try to work towards in the future. No show next week because, like I said, the summertime, I'm trying to do not as many shows because I'm enjoying summer. I'm getting out. I'm doing stuff. I'm hiking. I'm just chilling. I'm playing some video games. This has been a good summer. I'm getting to do some extra project stuff I'm working on. I'm still working on the book. The book is coming out, and I have some other stuff, and it's all coming very soon. When fall hits, we'll be back to doing this on a regular basis, and we are still working towards doing some more online classes. I'm doing stuff for Guitar Center now, so that's taken up a little bit of my brain space, is teaching classes for them and working a whole new curriculum into something like that. So I'm trying to piece all this together, and coming back from the whole lockdown thing, and we may be into that again. We don't know. It's so freaking crazy. So we just kind of have to wait it out. And I want to encourage you that whether you have gigs coming at you like crazy, like the wedding guys, or other things aren't coming as fast, stay strong. Believe in what you do. If it's something you love, just keep chasing it. You might need to pedal back a couple seconds, but it's not going to be that. It can't rain forever. That's all I'm going to tell you. It can't rain forever, and you'll be back on your horse enjoying what you do soon. Mikey Mike, thank you for the Wheelie Wednesday ones. Yeah. For those of you who don't know, I post a lot of personal stuff on the story modes of like Facebook and Instagram more than I do on those social media. So if you want to see everyday things that go on in my life, I put it in story mode, and I am going to be working on some more stuff, especially when the book comes out. There's going to be a whole lot more stuff on that end. I can't begin to tell you the stuff that's coming up right now, but I'm blessed. God has really kind of blessed me lately, just with some peace of mind to do some work that I didn't always have, and I'm hoping that I'm blessing you guys with this knowledge, and I hope you're enjoying this. Also, check me out Monday nights 9 p.m. on the Monday Night Live Chat Show with John Young and Dan Carpenter. We talk about a lot of stuff that both is participating the DJ mix world and the wedding world and all kinds of stuff like that. And there's some good shows every single Monday there, different topics. So. Hubcap says, Professor MJ, I have my bachelor's is all I have. I don't have any further than that. That's funny. The professor. The DJ professor. No, I think that's probably taken by somebody. But anyways, thank you guys. My brain's going right now. But again, thank you guys. Tune in. Like I said, if you have any questions, hit me up. Follow me on all the social medias. I'm DJ Michael Joseph everywhere. Questions, all the fun stuff. I'm going to try to start putting more stuff in my personal life in there, because I know you guys like to hear about stupid stuff like the Wheelie Wednesdays and all of that. But I'm so blessed to get to do this with you guys all the time. So until next time, take care of yourselves. And more importantly, take care of each other, because it is a crazy, crazy world out there, and we got to be there for each other. So until then, God bless.